Altcoin season is almost upon us. Might not be this week, but it's going to be soon. You're definitely going to want to be filling those altcoin bags. And so a lot of you may be newer, you may be navigating the space. There's a lot of new coins, so you may be returning. I'm here to rank all the top 100 coins in order for you to know which ones you should be looking at and which ones you should be ignoring. So these will be graded from S tier to F tier. There's no E. I don't know why. That always seemed dumb to me. So let's see where your coins fall on the list as I rank 100 coins. Let's get it.
I'm not a financial advisor.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Smash that like button. I've been crypto for 12 years, learning all these people. So just make sure you're following people that have experience and aren't just here for a quick money grab. And we got all kinds of bigger videos on things like bricks and oil and all kinds of stuff. You want to check those out too. Make sure to subscribe. Okay, so obviously we've got Bitcoin number one. Now, everybody would expect me to put Bitcoin S tier, right? It's the greatest coin ever. Obviously, it's fantastic for all kinds of things. But you're looking for investments. You're looking for what is going to be the best thing that's going to get you changing your financial situation or having big gains. And that's going to be altcoins. Happens every single time. Now, over the last year, only Dogecoin and a few other coins have outperformed Bitcoin over the last 365 days. But ignore all that. After the halving, after Bitcoin has a little run, altcoins are going to fly. And for that reason, we're going to put Bitcoin on the C tier because Bitcoin is the Mendoza line. It's what we should be looking for to determine whether something is a good investment as an altcoin or not. If it can't outperform Bitcoin, then what's the point? So basically, the long and the short of it is there will be some coins that line up with Bitcoin on the C level, but for the most part, we're going to be looking at coins at the A and B level that are going to really pop out, and then we're going to be looking at ones maybe in the D and the F to definitely stay away from. So Ethereum, I think Ethereum is a great investment. I think Ethereum ETF is coming. Ethereum hovering around $3,000 right now. And I think Ethereum is going to have a big boom at some point during this bull run. It is the digital silver to Bitcoin's gold. I put Ethereum above Bitcoin on the B tier. We got to rank stable coins. Why are we going to rank stable coins? Because it's important to know the ones to trust. USDT, while it's got a lot of sketchy stuff in its past, I do believe that there's no danger in USDT. I think there's actually a much bigger threat to USDC. So I'm going to go ahead and put Tether on the B tier here because you should always have some stable coins set aside for a market dip, like maybe we have one right now. Next, BNB. I'm going to put BNB actually on the B tier. I think is going to have a big run up at some point. Solana, S tier, God tier. If Solana drops during a crash, scoop it up at all costs. USDC, I'm going to put it on the B tier as well. I did say that I do think you can trust maybe Tether more than USDC, or it's less vulnerable for a lot of different reasons. But overall, USDC is still a very safe coin when it comes to stable coins. Next, we have LIDO staked Ether. We're just going to put that on the C tier because that thing is basically always going to be equated to the price of Ethereum. It's not really investable. There might be some arbitrage opportunities. XRP, I'm sorry guys, I gotta say it, S tier, God tier. I still think by the end of this bull run, massive run up. Dogecoin, S tier, God tier. It's another one. You have Elon Musk here, possibly integrating Dogecoin into X.com and his payments. You just can't have a better narrative for a coin potentially coming up. Toncoin, A tier. I believe Toncoin is going to go up. I think big Russian money is behind it. I think Vladimir Putin may have money in Toncoin, to be honest with you. ADA, I just still have to put ADA on the A tier. I just have to believe at some point it is going to rip. There's a lot of things that are holding it back, and I think the institutions are trying to keep it back. I think it's got to have a big plunge. If it has a big plunge, if it has one more crash, it maybe takes away a lot of the hardcore holders. I think it can have an absolutely massive run up. I do think sometimes the holders in these communities don't realize they're the ones preventing the people from getting in to create the positions to make the price moon. Shiba, I'm going to say Shiba. I'm actually at this point going to go with B tier. I could easily go with C tier, say it's about the same as Bitcoin. I think it's just underperformed a lot compared to expectations, and it seems to be falling out of popularity with meme coins, whereas you're looking at other things like Dog with Hat and Bonk and FLOKI and all these other ones, PEPE, they're kind of splashing on the scene. So I think Shiba is getting hurt by that. AVAX, A tier, right below S tier, is going to absolutely pump. There's stuff going behind the scenes with Avalanche right now that you don't know. And if you did know it, you'd be as bullish as I am. Next, we have Wrap Bitcoin, C. It's not really investable, same price as Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash, I'm actually going to go with B tier. And the reason is, for whatever reason, even though I don't think it has a lot to offer, it has been absolutely having massive run-ups. Maybe people are trying to get it back in the news. Maybe people are confused. They see Bitcoin Cash, they think it's another version of Bitcoin. That's happened a few other times. Of course, Bitcoin Cash is a fork. It's not a scam or anything, but obviously, the things that made Bitcoin Cash appealing in the beginning aren't there, which is the speed. There's tons of faster projects than Bitcoin Cash right now. So I would put it on the B tier because I do think it'll have slightly better returns than Bitcoin. Tron, I'm going to put Tron on the A tier. I actually think Tron is going to have a big bull run this time. I think that all of the focus on stable coins, USDT, and you started thinking, hey, maybe China, maybe Justin Sun's actually a China plant. Maybe he's not on the outs with the Chinese government, you don't just get to leave like he did. So there may be a plan here. So definitely watch Tron. Polkadot, I'm going to put Polkadot on the B tier. I think Polkadot's okay. I don't love, they've changed a lot of stuff about it. I don't like the founder. Obviously, a lot of people know that, but I do think overall it's going to have a better bull run than Bitcoin. So give it a B. Chainlink, A tier. I think the RWA narrative is going to carry it this time. Polygon, A tier. Goldman Sachs behind it. Almost can't lose. Near Protocol. I'm tempted to put it on S tier. I put it on the border of A and S tier. I think Near Protocol is about to become a massive noisemaker in the space. Litecoin, D tier. It shouldn't perform as good as Bitcoin, I think. I mean, look, Litecoin just doesn't have anything to offer anymore. I'm sorry, guys. ICP, A tier. Bitcoin DeFi is going to push this thing into the spotlight at some point in this bull run for sure. LIDO token, it's an exchange token. I would stay away from anything associated with Bitfinex. I say F, stay away. The price, I don't care what the price does, stay away. Uniswap, I'm going to put on the D tier right now because of everything that's going on with the SEC that could hold the price back. And I think people really need to wait and be hesitant. So I'm going to put on the D tier below Bitcoin. They still may have promise, and it will have a big upside once it bottoms. DAI, this is a stable coin, and it is equated to the Ethereum network. I'm actually going to put it on the C tier because I would say that I would trust those other stable coins more than DAI because of the Ethereum network right now and the congestion and just being able to use it. APTOS, almost S tier. I say A tier for APTOS. Another amazing project. Generation 3 blockchain. It is going to do wonders. Ethereum Classic. I'm going to put it on the C tier simply because I think it does have a slightly meme coin narrative. It's a meme as a project. It's actually the original Ethereum Classic. The original Ethereum chain. It's a long story. Don't have time for it, but I think it will do okay. And it might be a great pumper, actually, because some of this stuff that doesn't make sense runs. Mantle, I'm going to put Mantle on the A tier. I think it's already proven that it's going to be a big mover. Chinese money, Chinese money, Chinese money. Remember that. First Digital USD is another stable coin. I trust it pretty good. I put it on B tier along with USD and USDC. I'm not going to put anything above a B tier for a stable coin. I think they're important for you to have in your portfolio, and I'm just going to kind of rank them on trust if I do trust them or don't. If I don't, they go F. If I do, then they'll go B. If I think there's no point to use it, I would say C. Stacks, A. Stacks going to continue to move. The one drawback, I put it at A minus B plus, is it has had such a massive run up. I don't know how much further it can go and outperform the market, but I think it will continue to do that. CRO, I put CRO at the B tier. I think it'll do okay. I think exchange tokens will do good, but I just think, I'm not sure how much market share is going to be able to get at this point. We'll see. OKB, exchange token from OKX, Chinese money. I would put it maybe a B. I think it's worth throwing some shekels in if you're out there. Filecoin. I'm actually going to say S tier. I actually believe that Filecoin is going to start having a massive run up in the back part of this bull run. It's going to blow people's minds. It's the #1 coin in the storage niche. They actually created a lot of stuff for a storage niche. It's got the biggest money behind it. I'd say Filecoin. I do believe this is one to watch, guys. Cosmos, I'll put it at B. The Cosmos related projects are doing great. But, you know, just in general, Cosmos always tends to underperform. And you know, it's had a gigantic retrace. I think it's going to do okay, but I put it at B. XLM, I'm going to put XLM on the A tier, just simply because I think it does have a narrative with CBDCs and XRP that's going to carry it. BitTensor, this is AI. This is AI project I believe you want to be in along with ASI. So I'm going to say A tier here, maybe S tier. I'm actually going to say S tier for BitTensor. Definitely, this is one I think you need to have. Render, A tier, another phenomenal project. Right under Filecoin for me. I think it's going to do amazing. It's already done great. Arbitrum, I'm going to put Arbitrum on the, God, I just don't know if I like it as a coin, really. I'm actually going to say C tier. I actually am not impressed with Arbitrum. I think Arbitrum, you're just good investing in Bitcoin. It's a good network. I just don't really see value in it. Maker, this is another stable coin. It goes along with DAI, Maker, DAI. So Maker's actually lost his peg before. So I actually, along with DAI, from earlier, Maker and DAI, I put them both as a C. HBAR, I'm gonna put HBAR A minus B plus. You just put it right there on the border. I think it's got potential to be an A coin. I think it's also got potential to just barely, outperform Bitcoin, not by that much. But I do think it will probably do pretty well. VeChain, A tier, I think it's going to do very well. Immutable X, I think Immutable X is going to do well. I worry a little bit about its ties to Ethereum, but everybody's telling me it's going to do awesome, so I'm going to put it at A. Caspa, look, I like Caspa. I think the floor is going to hold on this thing. I think it's going to do very well. But what I would say is I think a lot of the money that was going into Caspa may split between some other newer projects that have been kind of added to some lists of some portfolios that people have. And I think for that reason, I tend to think Caspa is not going to super outperform everything. I would put it at I'd put it right there with HBAR. I'd put it A minus B plus. Dog with Hat, definitely an A, borderline S. I'm gonna put it in S. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the only meme coin I put on the S tier. I think Dog with Hat is going to absolutely crush it. I think it's gonna enter the top 10 at some point, just on a pump. I don't think it'll stay there. Injective Cosmos ecosystem projects have been absolutely crushing it. I have to give basically all of those A's, and one of those is Injective. So it's had a massive retrace, maybe a good position point. Graph, A tier. I mean, Graph is an amazing project. Absolutely, I think it's going to do very well. Athena, this is a stable coin. Athena is a new project. I don't know enough about it to tell you confidently. I think it's probably good. I have looked into it a little bit, so I put it on the C just as I'm not quite sure. But it is a stable coin, so it's not going to make you money outside of trading. Optimism, I put Optimism at a B. I rank Polygon A, Optimism B, and then Arbitrum C. That's how I see these. I think layer 2s are kind of on the way out, to be honest with you, with the rise of other chains. Wrapped ETH, obviously C, no reason to invest in this. You can use it to trade with. Pepe, I'm gonna put Pepe on the B tier. I just think that it's had such a massive run up here. Another one where it just crushed it, that I just don't know how many more of those it's got. I think it probably has at least one of those really big moves left, maybe two. I think some of these other meme coins have 4 and 5. Fetch is moving over to ASI coin. I think definitely that's one you're going to want to combine your AGIX and your Fetch and your Ocean if you have those. Get that as converted over the ASI token. I do believe Fetch is in A tier. It's another one that it's right there on the border of A and S. And look, you may say, oh, you're saying so many S tiers in the top 100. It's because almost all the S coins are in the top 100. There's not going to be many that are out. S tier, not S coins. There's a lot of S coins in the top 100, but not S tier coins. Monero, XMR, I'm going to put that at a... I'm going to put it at a B, I think. It'll outperform Bitcoin, but not by much. It's a privacy coin. A lot of you guys couldn't use it if you were made to. It's difficult to use. THETA. I think THETA's already had a pretty good run. I'm going to put THETA on the A, though. I think THETA will have good numbers for the rest of this bull run. Phantom, man, Phantom is one that I really struggle with. I'm going to stick with what I know, and I'm going to say that I know Phantom cyclically pumps and then it dumps again, and it doesn't ever get actual lasting momentum. The Google thing with the search may change things. I'm going to put it on the B tier. Core is a Bitcoin-related project related to Bitcoin DeFi, so that means it's got a good narrative. I think it already had a massive run up, and I think it crashed. It's kind of been building back up, but I think it's got a lot of momentum, maybe great position points. I would put this on the A-, B+. LIDO DAO is another one like Phantom to me. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. You don't see lasting momentum with it. I put it as a C. And you may be wondering whether it's basically almost no D coins. Well, it's because almost all the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. So I've got to find one that I think is not going to outperform Bitcoin. It's not horrible, like Litecoin. Almost nothing is on the D tier, and there's a reason for that. F tier is almost only for scams and things I don't trust at all. And so most of your stuff is going to be Bitcoin and up, because most of the things in the top 100 are going to do very well. Celestia, another Cosmos ecosystem project. It's going to do well. It's done well along with Injective. Watch for that one to do well. Rocket Pool ETH. This is another one that is kind of like Lido ETH. It's staked ETH. It's a way for you to take your money and use it and then get it back later if you return your assets. And so it's a C. No reason to really invest in it unless you're using it for those purposes. Big Get Token. I think Big Get Token is going to do well. I would put it at a... God, A-, B+ has got to go right there in the middle. I think that it's going to have really good returns when the leverage trader really starts coming, when Euphoria hits. I think a lot of these places are going to blow up. Their tokens are going to do well. The leverage ones specifically, and I think Big Token will do well. GALA, man, Gala's gaming. I was a hater of GALA for a long time. Hats off to GALA. Congratulations on your A tier. Arweave. Like Render, I put Render and Arweave kind of on the same level. I put them both A tier. Filecoin is S. These are the ones leading that niche. SWI, S tier. SWI's gonna absolutely crush it. It's already crushed it. It's had a massive pullback. I think this is the blockchain of blockchains. I think it is the Apple of blockchains. S tier. Price movement, I can't promise you it's going to do better than everything else. I think it's going to do extremely well, enough to put in the S tier for price movement alone. But it's the blockchain. This one's so good, guys. Thorchain RUNE has already had some massive run-ups. I think it's going to continue to do well. I think it's going to suffer from some confusion, maybe on the good side, because people all want the runes on Bitcoin. I think this was going to get a phantom pump from that on accident. I really want to put it on a B tier. I'm going to say B+ on it. Quant QNT, I'm going to put this one on the B tier. For a long time, it's super, super, super bullish on this coin. It just hasn't performed like I thought that it would perform, and I really want to see it come back really, really strong. I think it's going to be tied to when XRP starts moving. A lot of these coins are going to start moving. And I think think QNT is going to be one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the B tier. Mantle staked ETH. This is another coin that's pegged to the price of ETH, so it's a C. You're not going to invest in Mantle staked Ether. Psy, I'm going to put Psy on the S tier. I think Psy, SWEEB, BitTensor, these are all great, fantastic projects. I think it's going to absolutely continue to crush it. You know, it's another one of these new generation blockchains. It doesn't have the same fanfare that I've even seen from SWEEB, but the price has got people's attention. Algorand. Algorand was one of my coins of the year, guys, but I got to tell you, I'm not sure. I got to put it right there with, I'm going to put it as a B tier. I mean, Algorand with the rebrand, they got to show me a lot more. It is going to outperform Bitcoin, though. Beam, I put Beam on the A tier as a gaming project, gaming coin, gaming ecosystem. It's going to do really well. It is on Ethereum, but it is, I believe there is a multi-chain aspect. I do know it does work with BNB as well. So I think Beam definitely one to watch for sure. FLOKI, man, I'm going to put FLOKI on the A tier. I think FLOKI's going to do really well. I think they've got some cool stuff with this TokenFi. TokenFi as a project also, you got to look at it. It's not in the top 100, but I think it's going to crush it as well. Jupiter exchange for Solana, I think it's going to do well. I think Jupiter is going to get more competition. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the B. It's already had a good run up. I think it will do well, but I'm going to put it on the B tier because I do think there's going to be more exchanges on Solana popping up. White Bitcoin. Man, Whitebit is a little sketchy to me. The chart is very strange. I don't like the chart. I don't know much about the project. I'm going to put Whitebit for now on the D tier. I might do a little research, maybe find out I'm wrong, but the chart looks really sketchy. Athena. Athena is a new project. It is on Ethereum. This is one to watch. Athena is in the decentralized finance niche. So I've been watching a lot of excitement about this project. Been hearing some buzz. I definitely think it's an A tier. Bitcoin SV, F tier, stay away. This is a dumper. The whole thing is based on a lie. The project moves, but it's another one you just can't trust a chart. F tier, stay away from Bitcoin SV for sure. Flow, I actually think Flow is I would say D tier. I don't like Flow. I don't think Flow is a good project. I think Flow is a great NFT based kind of blockchain, but NFTs haven't been doing that great. But one of the reasons why they struggled is because of their tokenomics early on, and I just don't know if Flow is going to catch the hype this time. ZBEC protocol. This is a Coinbase Ventures project investment. Also has the other RWAs. I would say an A on this one. AAVE. I'm actually going to say B for AAVE. I think it will outperform Bitcoin. I think AVAX, Ghost, their NFT-based project is a better investment than this one. NEO. I'm actually going to say A for NEO. I never thought I would say this in my life, but I believe that Chinese money is about to pump Chinese project like no tomorrow. Flare. I'm going to say A for Flare. I think Flare, definitely a project related to XRP and other chains as well. And I think that this is a project that's been moving. We had it as one of our coins of the month back in December. It proved very well. So definitely one to watch. And I think Flare is definitely an A coin. Ether.fi staked ETH. This is another, kind of stable coin based upon the price of ETH. And I would say there's arbitrage opportunities with no reason to invest. So that's a C. BitTorrent. I'm going to say a B for BitTorrent. I would have said a C before, but I think that the Tron narrative and the Chinese money narrative may play a role here in BitTorrent. ONDO S tier, God tier, ONDO S tier of S tiers for sure. If you watch this channel, you know what I think of ONDO. Ribbon Finance, I'm gonna say B tier. I only because I don't know as much about it as I want to. I think it could easily be an A tier coin. Tokenized Exchange, I'm gonna say B tier just because I think exchange tokens. You guys know what I think about those. I've already said it. EGLD, look, I think I'm kind of done with this project. I think it's kind of lost my attention. I'm gonna say D tier. I don't even know if it's gonna perform as well as Bitcoin. I think it might be deadish. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Ever since the multiverse rebrand, I never liked it. Singularity Net, that's an A tier for sure. But this one's once again going over to ASI Coin. It's a merger with Fetch and Ocean. Wormhole, this is a Solana-based project. It has been doing well. I say watch this. I say A tier for this one. DYDX, I say C tier for this one. It hasn't performed like I thought it would. And I would say, honestly, that I just don't think that this is a decentralized exchange that people are going to be using. And so I'm going to put it on the D tier. I'm going to say I would rather invest in Bitcoin than that right now. Axie Infinity, I'm actually going to say the same thing about that. I'm going to say D tier for Axie Infinity because I would invest in it over Bitcoin. It had a big run up. It's ran up again. It may do really well. I think it's already had its heyday. eCash, this is a Bitcoin Cash related project, but it's not Bitcoin Cash. It's a horseshit part of Bitcoin Cash. I would stay away from it. I would say D tier for eCash. Sandbox, I'm gonna say A tier for Sandbox. I still think Metaverse is gonna have a run up here at some point. I think it's gonna do well. Ronin, gosh, people love Ronin. Elio loves Ronin. I mean, it's hard for me to not like Ronin when Elio, the gaming master, and Alex love it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say B tier for Ronin because I'm not gonna say A tier, but I think it'll do good. Bonk, I'm gonna say B tier only from the perspective of, I think if you're going to invest in one Solana meme coin, I would invest in WETH. And for that reason, I would say I would take WETH over Bonk. Chile's NFT related project has a lot to do with sports, has a lot to do with Europe. I give it a B. I think it'll do okay. Tezos, look, I don't like Tezos. It just keeps falling. I don't know if it's going to have a run up. I would say D on Tezos. Synthetics, A. Related to real world assets, synthetic assets, RWA. Conflux, A. Chinese money, same story as Neo, going in. Ordi, Bitcoin related project. I think they're all going to do well. I say A tier as well for those. I know there's a lot of A and a lot of S's, guys. There's a lot of great coins out there. WorldCoin, it may do okay. I'm going to say B for WorldCoin because I know it'll outperform Bitcoin, but it seems to be something people are kind of against. And guys, of course, to round out the top 100, we got to do Hex and Pulse Chain because they get left off for no reason. So look, guys, I got to say for Hex, I'm going to say a C for Hex, only from the perspective of people watching this video aren't going to realize that there's an Ethereum-based Hex and a Pulse Chain-based Hex. And you guys know this Hex community, they're going to go buy the other one. And because of that, I'm going to say a C, unless they want to learn how to do it. I would rather them on board to Pulse Chain, and then maybe if you're, find Hex through there. So I would say for Hex at this point, because of that split and because the Ethereum Hex version is not going to do well, and that's what people are going to throw money at, I'm going to say a C. For the Pulse Chain version of Hex, I'd put probably in a B, I would think. I think Pulse Chain overall, I put in an A. I think Pulse Chain is going to do very well. I think Pulse Chain is going to turn some heads. I think it has some bridging issues it's got to work out. CryptoFace pointed some of this stuff out on Next.com. I think it's not perfect, but I do think there's a lot of internal money over there that pumps it as well. And now they're able to look outside as it's a legitimate chain. So there you go, guys. That is my top 100 altcoins ranking, including Bitcoin. I guess it's not really an altcoin, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash the like button if you like when I like things or when I dislike things or when I judge them. Be blessed. Bye-bye out.